Residents of Southwest Ranches are angry and growing increasingly vocal. The reason for their ire are plans to build a huge immigrant detention centre close to their homes, schools and businesses. Land for the proposed site has already been bought by the Corrections Corporation of America, the largest private prison company in the United States. I drove on to the proposed site, one of 6 locations across the US, where the firm wants to build detention centres specifically to house immigrants. On the face of it, this might seem like a very localised, not-in-my-backyard type scenario, but it's part of a growing trend. It's estimated over the last 10 years, 3 million immigrants have been held in detention centres, and the budget for those detention centres has doubled over the last 6 years. This is now the fastest-growing incarceration system in the United States. 30 years ago, there were no immigration detention centres in any of the 50 states. Today there are more than 200 facilities with an average daily population of over 30,000 inmates. Half of the facilities are run by for-profit private firms, and that worries activists.
You've got 12 million people who have no way to be able to legalize themselves, and that is the root of the problem. So, continuing to incarcerate people and thinking that that's going to be the solution is just putting a very costly band-aid on the issue.
Shamir Ali has first-hand experience of life inside a privately run detention centre. He's lived illegally in the US for almost 20 years after being brought here by his parents. Shamir is now on his way to becoming legal, but says his time in the detention centre was terrifying.
It's psychologically just so traumatic, because you don't know, think about it, you're about to be deported to a country that you haven't been over almost 2 decades, where you can't read or write the language. What's worse than that? Those are the worst days of my life, those 9 days, not knowing what's going on.
Companies like the Corrections Corporation of America are making record profits. Business for private prison companies has never been better. Despite protests like this, there are already plans for dozens more private prisons across the US. Andy Gallagher, Al Jazeera, Southwest Ranches, Florida.